I hate Denton, Texas.
Really?
Honestly, I passionately hate Denton, Texas.
That's where I grew up, Mark.
extreme,
Yeah,
dude.
And if
same.
you have a problem with that, you grew up in Argyle, bro. That's not
Well,
Denton.
Argyle.
You grew up raising cows and milking chickens. This is a very special episode, Mark.
Yes.
Is it?
We have a secret special friend on.
Well, it's not secret because he's here and
We have an imaginary friend
he's been
who's
talking
here today.
He's not secret, but
He is,
But he does have a name, and the name is Brian. Brian,
last name omitted.
And it's
I mean, you can
it's a
say
great
my
last name.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, we our identities are
Oh,
not word.
I'll tell you what, he's not just a friend, he's not just a person, he is a musical artist. Some call him the Kanye of Gen Z.
He's not Gen Z.
And if you want to check out his music, just
www.bandcamp. No, it's actually.
he's still learning.
SoundCloud?
He's still setting up.
I don't have anything online yet.
He does have a Spotify if you want
I
to
have
plug
these
it.
cassette tapes if you guys want to check it
We
out.
could now we can absolutely promote the music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it something we want to do right now?
I would
No.
say nay.
Let's save it for the end, and then we'll see if the audience likes him enough to go check it out.
Probably not.
Okay. Well, our friend Brian is here to join us
Yeah.
on this episode.
What's up?
We know Brian from a band we all used to be in, where we made amazing music.
Amazing.
And we made millions. We made millions as well. And,
Yeah.
you know, we've
Lost millions. I'm still
you got to lose some to make some.
700 in the red or so. About $1,000 in the red, I think.
Well, yeah, and Mark's
and
Mark's going to pay that off because he's able to.
I should actually take back some of these mics you have and sell them on eBay to make up for like the money I lost in that band.
We
Well-
did. Hey, I just want to say, as a band, as together, the three of us here, and some others, we did win a battle of the bands.
Oh,
One of
yes.
three,
And that's-
one of three.
Well, hey man, you can't win all the Super Bowls you go to. So
Now, there are probably quite a few people who have not won a battle of the bands.
right?
That's true.
So we've won one out of
yeah.
three, and that's
That
probably,
was the best one though too, because we had two shows.
we won
So-
twice, basically.
So we had to. Yeah,
we won two
basically
battle
won
bands.
2 rounds.
Yeah. So yes, our friend Brian is here. He lives in the great state of Georgia.
Ja. What is that?
Jaja Binks. Georgia.
So Brian's visiting us. He used to live here in Tejas, and he's been gone for a couple years now, and he's back for Christmas. And we're happy to have him on and hang out with him for a couple episodes. Now, if there's enough public outcry, which I'm hoping, I've already received about thousands of emails and phone calls just today.
Wolf Blitzer has actually called me and asked me.
We need to get him to move back. And so I'm pretty sure, there's people been banging on the doors outside.
Yeah.
Well, this room is, of course, soundproofed, thanks to Mark's minions who have been helping us. But we're hoping to get enough people to kind of get Brian to move back. And there's actually a hashtag that's trending
There's a
worldwide on
GoFundMe.
Twitter right now.
Yeah.
It's called Brian Move Back. We need you and we miss you, and I'm depressed. But yeah, he's here. He's going to hang out with us this episode and maybe another one.
Are we doing 2?
We might do 2. I don't know.
We might do another one next week or so.
Yeah, of course. We don't record 2 in one day.
Yeah, we don't do that. What are you? You think
What
there's
are
a
we,
late night
idiots?
show that records at 3 p.m. or something?
That
Like,
doesn't need to be a secret. I feel like people do that. A lot of people would talk about that, but
No.
most podcasts
no.
are pretty transparent. That I've
Not
listened
us.
to.
No, you don't even know about us, dude.
Very top
Secret.
secret. Yeah, we're classified actually by the government.
I have a question for you guys.
Oh
me.
God, go for it.
Mark is giving me a very crude symbol where he holds up
The peace sign.
Yeah, the peace sign. Okay. What does H&R Block do?
Oh, you don't know? Can I give you a hint?
I've seen these places around
You've
for
seen the commercial?
years.
Wait, don't tell him, Brian.
All right, I won't.
Let me give you a hint. Their probably main business season is January to April.
Taxes.
Okay.
Okay. So they do taxes. Apparently that's funny that I hit something. I whacked the thing behind me. It's real funny, I guess. Gosh, oh my God. I work with a bunch of clowns. So H&R
You know, the
Block,
most cutting thing you can say is, "Who is this clown?"
for two reasons,
For
right?
2 reasons. One, because you're calling them a clown, and then two, they're not even one of the better known clowns. Yikes.
That was really great. So I guess I was hoping that you guys did not know what H&R Block did, so that we could laugh
you
about.
knew?
I had no idea. I know now.
Yeah.
But I've seen. We do TurboTax or whatever online.
Yeah, I use TurboTax.
So we've never.
is not
We
an
are
ad.
sponsored by TurboTax. Get your taxes done early with TurboTax.
sign up now for
How much does TurboTax Cast cost?
Wait a minute.
Really nervous about the
Wait.
Week 17 playoff implications for a couple teams.
He's so into sports that he can't even talk.
I know. I'm thinking about
Yeah,
football
it's all,
so
all
much.
that sports in your cup.
Okay.
Wait, no. Serious question is, how much does TurboTax cost?
It's free.
It's free, dude.
Really?
Though they're gonna
There's like
they're gonna try to
there's like
sell
a-
you stuff.
like a more, I don't know, what is it?
Like a premium version?
premium version that I don't even know what the extra.
You guys
stuff
just have
is.
like W-2s and it's free?
Yeah, if you just have a W-2 and no like extra stuff.
Now,
it's
if you're in
free.
if you're like Mark and you're in the
Okay.
1%,
Wow.
there's quite a bit of it.
Dude,
It's a
I'm
little
not
bit
in the
more
1%,
complicated.
man.
It's a little bit more complicated for someone like you.
1.5.
Yeah,
Don't know what your obsession. Last week he was saying I have butlers.
I've seen them, dude.
Dude,
I've
it's
seen the
just 'cause
butlers.
Cody's poor.
Yeah,
So
can you?
everyone else
If
is
you
in
can
the
see,
1%.
so Brian brings his mic from Georgia, and it's like the most professional mic that you can possibly
Insane.
have. And I went to college for film production, so Mark is using
A boom mic.
He's actually a very strapping young man holding it here for me.
and he hasn't moved since episode 1.
We pay him legally.
Now that is it's a Rode.
Pay him handsome.
It's a Rode NTG mic, so it's a good mic.
Oh, yeah.
but it's not designed for podcasts. And I'm
What's
using
it designed for? What's that mic designed for?
like just for recording location sound. So when you're filming a video,
Damn.
So you're calling me a location.
That could go so
Yeah.
many ways.
yeah, Mark, your location. The mic that I'm using is has been inherited by my wife. It's the mic that she uses when she used to record vocals. I think
Is that what you guys use when, when Jasmine sings?
Yeah. she used when she sings on your music. She uses this, and I use this whenever I would stream on Twitch. Which, of course, no autographs,
Fuck
please.
that.
I've been a famous Twitch streamer for about.
Dude, don't sell yourself short. You had at least 20 followers on Twitter.
Yeah, at one time, I tried to go to your page and the internet didn't even load.
Yep.
Because that was actually because of
the Wi-Fi was
that was a Wi-Fi issue. But I'm sure sometimes it's because there's so many people trying to get to it.
Wrong. I've got an Ethernet cable right down there, idiot. I plug that bad boy into the computer every time I stream, and so it's wired. Do you know the difference between wireless and wired?
Nick,
Now, I'm an IT expert,
you're an IT guy.
so I know the difference between wireless and wired. Wireless is without the wire. Anyway, Mark and I have a Mixer account for our streaming or for our podcast that we at some point we're going to stream. Remember we made a Mixer account?
Oh yeah, we did that.
Yeah, you and me, Mark, Cody, us,
That's right.
the hosts.
The hosts of Two
eventually-
Young Golf Pros.
Two Young Golf Pros Productions.
Young Golf Pros Productions.
Based in New York City.
We've got Brian on. He's from Atlanta. He's about to lay down a rap so that it's so heavy.
I was anticipating something better, and that was really bad from
Yeah.
both of y'all.
Well.
I'm just kidding. That was great.
Man.
I'm just being a jerk.
You were just going.
Right. Let's
tell you
talk. We've talked about sports quite a bit lately, so let's switch it up. Let's talk about some cinema since it's December, Oscar month, right,
Hipster.
Brian? A lot of.
Yes.
We're going to talk about a couple movies. It is December. It's Oscar month. Brian is
Wait,
here.
no, December's not Oscar month.
Well, no.
January, right?
December's when like the Oscar movie.
It's
like
the
a lot of
movies,
the
yeah.
Oscar,
Oh,
like,
okay. See that? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. That.
So the movies come out to
You
be
don't like movies?
noted in time.
Okay, yeah.
So Brian is a big fan of movies here, and
Why'd you do air quotes?
Air quotes.
he's a big fan of movies.
Why'd you clench your nose when you said?
Squidward. No, there's been a lot of good movies. Was any notable ones you want to talk about? I saw Star Wars 3 days ago.
Star Wars. I would say that's not notable.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's not very many people that have seen that. What's it? Space?
No one's seen
What was
that.
it? Space fighting?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Space battles.
We could see Uncut Gems yet?
No, I actually really want to see
I really
that.
want to see that.
I'm a fan of like Adam Sandler doing dramatic stuff and just
Yeah.
people changing it up. I mean, I know he's done dramatic stuff in the past. I forgot. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. It's called like the Merowitz Stories. It's on Netflix. It's about like an estranged family, and I think there's like a death in the family, and then it's him and Ben Stiller, and they're both in dramatic roles, and it's actually pretty refreshing to see both of them play like more serious roles and just like kind of see how gifted and skilled they are.
I think
I really want to see Uncut Gems.
I wanna
just
see
'cause
that.
I've heard only good things. Plus A24.
I think it's
A24
really-
has been doing The Lighthouse. Did you see The Lighthouse?
Yes.
Robert
Did you
Pack.
see it?
Yeah.
You liked it, right?
Ye fond of me lobster.
okay.
Dude, it was
Whenever
great. It was amazing.
when a
But Cody's not gonna be able to enter into this conversation.
yeah, should I just leave the room? Should I just exit the
Go
room?
get us some,
I will say that
I do want to talk about one more thing before Cody starts talking because it's more important. 1917. I haven't seen that, but I need to see that soon.
No, is that even out yet?
It's out. I think it was a Christmas Day release, but it's one continuous shot.
Yeah. I'm glad you like appreciate stuff like that because like most people don't
course.
like yeah because I knew
Most
about
people
that.
are too.
It's technically not like a one shot because
Right.
there's it's like different times of day and stuff, but
they made it
it's-
look-
the look is like it is
Yeah.
written and shot to look like one continuous shot, and the yeah, I mean is it Roger Deakins or Roger Deakins? I think he's like the cinematographer, and he won an Oscar finally for Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, that was great cinematography. Yeah.
But he was he had been nominated for an Oscar like 15 times or something along those lines,
Dang.
and finally actually won.
He got it.
So
Nice.
yeah, and he's the one that's doing 1917. So I'm
That's
stoked
cool.
to see that.
Stoked to see that. Last thing I want to say is, did you watch the Haunting of Hill House series on Netflix?
Yes, I did.
Episode 6. Do you remember the whole continuous shot?
Low of 17. It was like a 17-minute oneer.
Yeah,
like,
dude, that was amazing.
Yeah, dude.
I love that. That's
Oh,
one of my
gosh.
favorite.
When they're in the
series.
like the funeral home
man.
and it's
and Nellie's in the oh,
dude,
great shot. I really
amazing.
horror series. The Haunting of Hill House is not just cheap horror. It's like emotional, good family
It's
drama.
more about the family and
Yeah.
the drama of the family, and then the horror is just like an added
Yeah.
element to sort of like illuminate what's going on within the family.
It is a beautiful series. Really recommend it.
Yeah, and they're doing a season 2. It's a
different. spin-off,
it's like an anthological series, like
Yeah.
like I guess American Horror Story,
right.
where it's a separate story.
Hope it's good.
But
Yeah.
I mean it's the same guy. I think it was like
Right.
it's the same writer, so it should be good.
Yeah, but those actors, even the kid actors, man, that's a good show.
Oh, dude, that show was so good. I want to rewatch it. I've only seen it once.
I rewatched it recently.
Oh,
That's what-
really?
yeah.
Yeah. That's what's up. Well, now Cody's waking up, so
I think that all that stuff is just brilliant and amazing.
by the way, just side note, have either of you played God of War?
No, not yet.
Like the,
I'm going to
the
after
PS4 one?
I'm against video games.
I'm okay.
the streamer over here.
Video
He's against
games
video
talk.
games post 1995.
Right, the streamer. Yeah, 19.
You're
I-
gonna
If it's not Roller Coaster Tycoon, I don't want anything to do with
If
it.
it's not Sims 2, get it out of here. I'm
Get
playing.
You
it out
guys
of
are
my
seriously
sight.
going to make fun of Roller Coaster Tycoon?
No, I'm not going to. It's a great game. I've never played
There's
it.
literally
I am.
freaking couple of
There
idiots.
literally is a subreddit with 30 people on there talking about how awesome it is.
Dude, I was a part of a Discord with thousands of people who play Roller Coaster Tycoon every day. So you guys are very incorrect. It is a popular game, and it is coming back.
Now
Okay.
you told me that you think video games are a big problem.
I've never once said that. However, I did remember you did tell me in an email. I do have the proof. I could
Yeah.
I could tweet it out.
Yeah.
You did tell me that you said you were going to kill anybody who plays video games. That's just pretty insane. Like, I don't, why would you ever want to do that? But you said it, so
Now you told me you murdered somebody.
that's a recycled joke. I said that last time. You are uncreative, unintelligent.
And stupid.
You are stupid. I am Preston. And you don't have the skills or the knowledge or the physical looks to be on my
Physical
podcast.
looks.
Now, one thing I want to say is
Yeah, say it.
that Brian and Cody and Mark are here, and I want to ask Brian if there's any topic he wants to bring up passionately.
Yeah, put me on the spot.
There's anything
I'm just
he's
the guest.
Well, he's the guest, but he's also the new host.
He's an avid Trump
Let me
supporter.
open this.
So, Brian, would you tell us why you think Trump is not so bad? You said earlier, he's
No.
not so bad. He's doing some great things.
I did not say that.
Well,
Now, if you did say that, that would be we wouldn't hate you for it.
Well, I know you're all up on some Trump.
I'm not all up
Yeah,
on some Trump, but I also don't think he's Hitler.
Oh yeah, I don't think that. I mean,
Yeah.
people are over
Yeah.
just extreme about everything.
we're going to take a hard left turn here, and we're going to talk about toys. Mark, what's your favorite toy?
Used to like Bionicles as a kid. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh!
So, like,
Still though.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you came in with your Bionicle collection, and there's not room in the...
Guys, you want to play?
No, you came in with your Bionicle collection. I said Bionicle.
Wow,
Bionicle
dude.
collection. And there's not room in the house, so I made you put them back in your car. So
Which-
it's okay. It's okay. I know you like the game. The
Hey,
toys.
talking about toys. If you guys,
It's not a game, Cody.
it's not, but
I've
dueling.
played the game online, so...
Oh, I meant
Idiots.
Bionicle.
It's not a game.
It is a game.
Yeah, Bionicle.com. You can play the game.
All right. Well, hey, I went to Austin over Christmas. Austin, Texas, fun spot. If any of you guys want to visit.
Keep Austin weird.
Which is also the phrase of like 3 other cities.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they had it first.
Santa Cruz, where Jazz is from.
Portland.
Portland is weird.
And Denton.
Denton,
Denton.
dude,
Denton-
Denton is an Austin wannabe.
Wannabe.
Denton copied Austin.
I hate Denton, Texas.
Really?
Honestly, I passionately hate Denton, Texas.
That's where I grew
That's
up, Mark.
extreme,
Yeah,
dude.
same.
And if you have a problem with that, you grew up in Argyle, bro. That's not Denton.
Argyle.
You grew up raising cows and milking chickens. You grew up, dude. I tell you what, Mark.
I tell you what,
I
Mark.
tell you what,
I'll
Mark.
tell you what. You just hold on a
you
second.
just
In
hold
fact,
on,
now
dude.
I do want to note that Mark, you did come in here and you came here on your horse from your parents' ranch, and it's actually parked outside. And
Parked.
you're wearing cowboy boots right now,
Right?
and I did remember you also brought with your Bionicles. You brought a bunch of eggs, and you said this here's from this morning's pool. From the chickens, I got about 24 eggs. You want some? And I'm like, dude, I can buy eggs at the store.
Now, I do want to talk about the sweater you have on. You are from Denton, and the sweater says, "I'm a hipster. Please give me attention. What more can I do to be different than the mainstream?"
That is not correct. I'm wearing a navy shirt with white stripes. That is a band that we are sponsored by.
Jack White.
Stripes.
Jack White's actually our next guest. And honestly, he's going to be a bit more of a draw than Brian.
I do not want him on the show.
Really?
But I am from Denton, and I don't
Nation
like.
Army couldn't hold me back.
So I am from Denton, and I'm not. You can insult it all you want. I'm not against it. I grew up in Denton. I didn't know much about the town. Growing up and going to school, I hung out with my friends. We played video games all the time in my parents' house. So I never really went out. So I don't. What's crazy is my wife, who just went to school in Denton for 4 years, knows more about Denton than I do, and I lived there for 20-something years. So while it is my hometown and it's special in a lot of ways, I don't have a lot of,
attachment to this.
Yeah, I'm not passionate about. I love Denton and it's special and you can't say anything about it. So if you do honestly think that it's not great, you can tell me.
No,
it's
man,
okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I know you're not a sensitive.
And I think Argyle was pretty cool.
I hate Argyle. It's the worst. I hate it.
Your parents' house was cool.
They're gone. They left.
Oh, they
I'm
leave
sorry.
you?
They moved out of the house.
They're gone. They
They're no
left.
longer with us.
They left me. No, my parents are here.
Moment of silence for Mark's childhood.
My childhood was fine.
So,
Hey, Argyle
what
sucks.
yeah.
Well, I was showing my wife episode 10. Yeah, 10. The one where we talk about Social Security numbers. And she was noting how throughout the episode, we give out a lot of personal information about us. Like you said, what high school we went to.
Oh, no.
It was just you guys are actually giving a lot about
So then that means
that's not that bad though. I mean, what are people gonna do? You're on social media.
they're going to take our identity,
Yeah.
Brian. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's not funny.
I don't even have LifeLock. LifeLock.com.
Sponsored by LifeLock.
Yeah, everything we mention is a sponsor.
Branded.
Yeah, any brand. Speaking of brands, I need some more LaCroix, Cody.
What am I I am not. I'm a co-host. I don't go get your LaCroix.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to something else.
Graham cracker LaCroix.
Yeah, it's a new
pretty-
flavor.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's nice and stout. Hey, I want to say both of you are wearing beanies and I'm not.
Yeah.
It's cold outside, stupid.
It's beanie season. This is not something that's odd or
Hot?
odd
Odd. Yeah.
or very what is there to discuss?
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm not angry about it.
Okay, before the show started, you
I'm
were
not angry about your
literally
wardrobe, but
you were literally screaming,
just
Mark.
confused.
Before we started, you were yelling, "Take off the beanie!" And there were also some words in there that were we would have bleeped, but yeah, you were really angry about the
Everything
beanie.
you say is a lie.
I am.
A pathological liar.
I'm angry right now.
I'm mad that you exist, honestly. It's a tragedy. No, I'm just kidding. Cody's a good guy. He just
He just kind of loses his way every once in a while.
And I need you guys to put me back on the rails.
It's accountability, man.
accountability.
So, here, I have an idea.
Hit me.
He always says that.
He always says that. I do say that. But honestly, how else do you let somebody know you're ready for their, idea?
Well, you say
Hit me
like,
with it.
go ahead
Hit
and tell
me,
me.
baby, one more time.
That's copyrighted and we can't use that. We're gonna
No,
get sued
that's-
by Britney
I don't
Spears.
think you can because I would.
It's Britney.
One, I think
Cody.
you have to play it 30 seconds or more than 30 seconds.
That's
and
a
two,
myth. We looked it up.
And two, that's not. I didn't actually. That's the actual title of the song.
To tell you, while Cody's looking
So
up his
mentioning
thing.
the title of a song is not the same as singing it or playing.
Okay,
it.
I agree with the whole
gonna-
title thing, but
we're gonna
I
find out if
I
we
do
get sued or
not
not.
understand copyright law. Does anybody understand copyright
I
law?
don't think anyone does.
Dude,
I took
what
a
the
class.
heck is what do you took a class? Yeah,
took a
you're
class.
at RTVF. I want to hear a little bit from you, Cody, since you're probably the most educated here about that. It's very
In general, I
complicated.
am. Yes, thank you.
What can you do if you're producing content like we are, or whatever, like music, podcast, whatever?
I mean, you can reference stuff. You're
You
not
can-
allowed to,
How does Kanye use all those samples? How do podcasts play all
he
these
pays-
YouTube clips?
He pays people to use samples.
Okay.
If you're big enough, you have to get permission.
well, I'm pretty big.
Okay, so then there should be no problem. Why are you even concerned if you're big and famous? Go get permission,
No.
bring it back to us, and there's no problem. But you're lying. So
You're not big.
you're not big, and I'm from New York.
We should do an accent.
Go Giants! All right, go Giants.
Go Jets.
So let me explain a couple of things. Yeah, you can get permission to use such things. There is a thing called fair use, where you're allowed to play. There's literally like a formula that you can generate, like a certain amount of percentage. Like you can play 10 seconds of a song, and it's covered under fair use. Now, if we were gonna pot up like, let's play this whole song by Under Oath, and it's the entire song, and we're just like listening to it, we are liable for being in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
What about
You know.
YouTube clips? Is that fair? All of it?
I mean, okay, if it's like some nobody YouTube video, like random dude, and we play it,
why is
may-
that different than?
Well, sorry, you have to have something. You have to have something actually. You have to legally have it copyrighted. So, if someone, if Joe Nobody makes a YouTube video and we play it on our podcast, if he has not copyrighted it, that's too bad for him. We can take his stuff, and I mean, it's not.
No, I thought technically, maybe it's specifically like with music, but like I don't technically, as a musician, like I don't have to file my stuff under, like I don't have to like copyright it. Like it's automatically copyrighted. I think that just makes, if you copyright it, it's just supposed to make things easier if you do have to like
Sue
or something.
Right.
Like
You
that.
sure about that?
But you're technically automatically copyrighted as a creator and as someone who is, you know, like.
This only gets more
But I don't know.
complicated.
I don't know if that's specific to music
Right.
or just all creators in general.
I don't think it would be specific to me. I think
Should-
music has the same rights as any other.
Should we
form of
copyright this
media.
podcast? Should we be copywriting it? Because
That's-
people are
No,
probably
like
just
if
itching
someone
to steal
copied,
it.
if someone like just downloaded or recorded the audio file and like re-uploaded it, which why would they do that? You guys have like 2
Ooh,
followers.
okay.
okay.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, you know what?
Wolf Blitzer
This
has been
part-
on this podcast twice.
This part is we're gonna cut this out, okay? Because I mean you don't obviously don't know, we have multiple reviews on Apple Podcast. So
I was one of those reviewers, one of those 3 reviewers.
yeah, well, there's more than 3 now. Okay, so and we've actually been
6?
we've been to book signings.
no,
Mark-
actually, no, I
Mark signed a baby. Mark signed a freaking baby.
Yeah, there was a woman who very much wanted me to sign her baby.
Yeah, you
thought it was
you
weird.
listen back. We have
Yeah.
quite a bit of episodes.
And there was an alcohol. We took
Brian.
a
Doing a
little.
good thing. You guys are doing a good thing.
Yeah. We took a little 3-week hiatus, and there was like paparazzi were outside both of our yards.
Oh my gosh. Dude,
God, they were trying. I couldn't get to work. One day, they were blocking my driveway, demanding, "Hey, record more content." And
yeah, Brian, you don't get it.
didn't-
We were trying to go to
I
dinner. I was trying to take my wife on a nice dinner, like a nice dinner date,
right,
which we never get to do because all the people that just interviews and photography and it's nonstop. So we're trying to go out and have dinner, and the waiter is like, "Oh my God, you're Cody from Two Young Golf Pros," and I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to keep it down. And he's like, "Oh my God, it's Cody from Two Young Golf Pros," and everyone stands up and everyone comes over, and all of a sudden we're having dinner with 50 people in the restaurant, and we're signing autographs. I signed a couple of kids, foreheads,
right,
and then we were trying to leave, and our car was just surrounded by people. I tell you what, man, being famous.
and it's okay. Here's the
It's
thing.
hard.
It's hard, but it comes with it.
Yeah.
Like it comes with.
You gotta
being famous.
expect.
You gotta,
You gotta embrace it.
right? Yeah, it's just like something we're kind of used to now. I go
Yeah,
to
10 episodes in, you're used to it already.
Sure, totally. I mean, 11 now,
Oh,
and I go to
wow.
Target.
Yeah, Brian, get the numbers straight.
I go to
okay?
Target and I cannot check out without getting like a couple of and it's like, oh,
You want to hear a crazy story?
yeah.
This is unreal. This happened to me yesterday.
This is unreal. This literally did not
This
happen.
is
This is
unreal.
literally unreal.
This is fiction.
This okay.
This is,
Your life is fiction. Okay, this did happen to me. So I was at you mentioned Target, here where we live, next door, there's a Dick's Sporting Goods. And I was there. I had a gift card for
Stealing golf
Christmas.
balls.
No, Mark accuses me of that. It did not happen. You cannot prove it. Although I can prove all the murders you've committed. But anyway, different conversation. So is that Dick's Sporting Goods checking out.
Dick's Sporting Goods. So that's sports.
Yeah, okay. I was at Dick's
That's sports
checking
anxiety.
out. You don't get okay. So I go outside. I check out. I go outside. There's a freaking limo outside, like right in the front, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, the limo! Like what?" And a really nice looking guy comes out, very nice suit. He's got a
looking guy.
I don't know why that's funny because he
Very
was
handsome.
Very handsome.
Yeah,
he had great stubble. Honestly, his stubble was.
okay. You weren't there. He didn't have a beard at all. So why don't you let me tell the story, please?
Clean-shaven.
Yeah, clean shaven guy,
This is-
really great
this is your
suit.
story.
This
Head
is
to toe.
dead serious. I'm being
A limo
serious.
outside of Dick's Sporting
Yeah.
Goods.
So and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to pick up the podcast man," and I'm like, "The podcast? Like me?" And he's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, I'm thinking about you, Mark. I'm like,
Right.
"Okay, well, my co-host is equally responsible for the success
Oh,
we've had."
uh-huh.
So I'm like, "Okay, well, I gotta call Mark," and he's like, "No, you come on." We'll get his limo down the road. So you may be expecting one later.
Sure, yeah.
In the next few weeks. But dude, he takes me. So we get in the limo, and dude, there's just all kinds of food and drink. I mean, just like unlimited.
LaCroix.
And so, yeah, LaCroix, and there's all kinds of
kinds of
candy, and
LaCroix
there's like
and
this
celery.
prime rib, like really good prime rib, and I'm eating it. And the guy's like, "We're gonna go on a trip. I'm just gonna thank you. I'm just gonna thank you for your entertainment, just for your content. I've seen you on Twitch." From last year, I've seen you on the podcast, and so I'm like, I'm gonna thank you. So he takes me out. We're driving, dude. It's getting late. It's dark. I don't know where I am.
Did he take you back to his place?
We're out in the country. No, that's not what I'm talking about. He is married, and I'm married, so there's none of that.
That's the only thing holding you back.
That's the only reason.
We're gonna cut this out.
You resisted each other.
We're gonna cut this out if you guys don't stop. Oh my God, Mark! You literally just stained my wife's blanket.
No.
There's literally, yeah. Why don't you go get some water and clean that up?
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God! I'm gonna pause it. I'm just gonna pause it.
Oh, my.
So I get in the limo, and this is crazy because he's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that you are my favorite podcast, and you're here in the limo, and I just want to thank you for your work and thank you for your life, you know." And he's just like crying, and he's driving me, and we're going. And I mentioned earlier, there's food and there's drink and there's all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm just like getting treated, man. And he goes, we're driving, all right. And we get to this place and we get out and it's a theme park, dude. It's a theme park. And he's like,
Six Flags?
No. It's not Six Flags. It's not Six Flags.
Nothing as lowly as Six Flags.
Yeah. So it's a theme park, dude. And it's huge. And he's like, for 20 years, have been building this theme park for you. And I'm like,
Now that's a couple years before you even started the podcast.
well, it's like a couple. I mean, it's 20 years before we started the podcast because we started this year.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, yeah. And so I'm like,
Did he have a time machine? or
how,
something?
yeah. I'm like, how did you know? And he goes, I am you
Wow.
from the past.
So now that's
From the past?
Yeah.
You mean the future?
Well, yeah, future. Sorry,
and that's
I'm you
why
from
he
the
was so
future.
handsome, huh?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, and it's crazy, dude. So I was like riding roller coasters, the Ferris wheel goes so fast, like zoom, zoom, zoom. It was going so fast. I threw up like 8 times. The Ferris wheel's great. The roller coasters were amazing. I did all the Midway games. I won prizes on every single one. I came out of there with like these big old teddy bears, you know. It was amazing, and it was just my future me. And he said, "Hey, listen," he said, "I'm always with you, no matter where you go, just like the Force." It's always with you, and it's not a person.
Right.
It's an energy. It surrounds you. It penetrates you. It did all that, and I was like, oh my gosh, and then he vanished, dude. He vanished after we shook hands and we hugged, and he vanished, dude. And he was like gone. And it was me. And I stood there. And then in that moment, I could just sense the 20 years of success we're going to have on this podcast. And I was very, very encouraged.
Where did you feel it? Where did you feel it?
In my heart. In my heart.
Wow, that's honestly that's inspiring. I would be so lucky if that could happen to me.
Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say.
And that segues us into the altar
the
call.
Brian, we do a little special thing here when we close.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you need to close this out. Yeah, we're closing out.
You want to close this out, or do you want me to?
In
In prayer, yes. After that, for sure.
I feel like there should be, like, we should take communion after that story.
We all need it, don't we? Well, hey, it's been fun. Honestly, having Brian on as a guest is great. Hopefully, he'll be able to join us next week on the show.
Yeah, next week.
Air quotes. Next week.
Exactly 7 days from now.
Exactly 7 calendar days, and we will see him. Guys,
Wait, how do you close? You didn't get to, like, how do you close?
Well, I'm
each
gonna
episode?
You should
do it, man. You just gotta wait.
Yeah, come on, Brian, dude. Why don't you just pump the brakes a little bit?
Just
All
sit
right,
back
sorry.
and enjoy the
So
sounds of
eager,
my.
I'm just so
idiot.
eager and excited to be on T on Golf Pros.
It's honestly, it's great. We'll go golfing after this and everything.
one of
So
the greatest honors of my entire,
if you're short life,
my very short,
Whoa, that's
soon
morbid.
to
soon to
soon to close.
All right. Well, go check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks, guys, for listening, and we will see you next time. And as always, work on that G-shot.